this week, Donald Trump's legal problems got so much worse, just as they actually had the previous week and the week before that, and I think even the week before that, except for this time it's a little different. This time it's not the ongoing investigation up in New York. No, folks, this time his legal problems got worse in the state of Georgia, where a grand jury has now been impaneled to start hearing the case against Donald J. Trump for interfering in the Georgia election. For those of you who are not completely familiar with the grand jury process, how it's done, why it's done, let me go ahead and give you a kind of quick 101 on it. If a prosecutor makes it far enough into an investigation where they believe they have sufficient evidence to start making a case that a criminal act was committed, that is when the grand jury is impaneled. If you go all the way through an investigation and you don't come up with anything, a grand jury is not impaneled. So by virtue of the fact that they have put a grand jury in place, it means they got something, or they think they've got something. And that's big. That is a huge development with this particular issue. And for anybody who is not familiar with what is taking place in the state of Georgia, and again, I make this motion because Georgia's over there to me. Georgia is investigating whether or not Donald Trump broke their state law, felony, of interfering in their state elections by his phone call where he said, "Go find the votes." Now, what the prosecutors are going to have to do is prove intent. And it's all going to center around that statement, "Go find the votes." Because that could mean one of two things. One, it could mean the obvious of, hey, go find the votes that we need. Or it could mean, hey, look, you still have rooms full of ballots left to count. Go find the votes. Come on, they got to be in there. Those are two very different statements, even though those are essentially the exact same statements. Two very different meanings. And this grand jury is going to have to find out, which one did Donald Trump mean? What was the intent? Because if you can't prove intent, then he walks. Now, to me, the issue is actually much simpler than that statement. The phone call itself was the interference. The phone call was the intent. The go find the votes thing is just kind of icing on the cake, but the cake itself is the fact that he made the call to these individuals to pressure them. There's your intent. Now, unfortunately, I am not a prosecutor in this case. I'm not even a prosecutor. I'm not on the grand jury, and I have no say over what happens in this investigation, because if I did, that would be the argument that I would go and make. The phone call is the intent. The phone call itself, the fact that it happened, that's where your legal case should rest. That should be the foundation of everything. The go find the votes, it's a great line, and if you can prove the intent on that, sure, great. But you don't even need it, because the phone call itself is proof that he tried to interfere in that election.